Managing diabetes is a daily commitment that extends far beyond monitoring blood sugar levels or taking prescribed medications. One of the most critical factors in controlling diabetes is making wise dietary choices. The foods we consume can either support our health and help maintain stable blood sugar or undermine our efforts, leading to unwanted complications. For those living with diabetes, understanding which foods to avoid is just as important as knowing what to include in a balanced, nourishing diet. Here, we'll explore 5 common foods that people with diabetes should steer clear of, and explain why these choices matter for long-term health and well-being. Number 1. White bread. Let's begin with white bread, a staple in many diets, but a hidden culprit for people managing diabetes. White bread is typically made from refined flour, which has been stripped of its fiber and essential nutrients. Without fiber, the body digests white bread much more rapidly, causing it to break down quickly into glucose. This process leads to sharp spikes in blood sugar, precisely what those with diabetes aim to avoid. Consistently high blood sugar can increase insulin resistance, making it even harder to control diabetes over time. Instead of white bread, whole grain or sprouted grain alternatives are far better choices. These options contain more fiber and nutrients, helping to slow the absorption of glucose and keep blood sugar levels steadier throughout the day. Number 2. Baked goods. Next, let's talk about baked goods, those tempting cookies, cakes, and pastries that find their way into our celebrations and coffee breaks. While they may taste delightful, baked goods are often loaded with sugar, refined carbohydrates, and unhealthy fats. This combination is especially problematic for people with diabetes. Refined carbohydrates and sugar are quickly converted into glucose, leading to sudden increases in blood sugar. Meanwhile, the unhealthy fats, particularly trans fats and saturated fats, can worsen insulin resistance and contribute to inflammation in the body. Over time, frequent consumption of these foods makes blood sugar much harder to control and increases the risk of developing diabetes-related complications. If you crave something sweet, consider fresh fruit or snacks made with whole grains and natural sweeteners in moderation. Number 3. Fried foods. Fried foods are another category that warrants caution. Think of favorites like fried chicken, French fries, and onion rings. These foods are typically cooked in oils that contain trans fats, a type of fat that is especially harmful to cardiovascular health. Trans fats not only raise levels of bad cholesterol, LDL, but also lower good cholesterol, HDL, increasing the risk of heart disease, a concern that is already heightened in people with diabetes. Fried foods are also calorie-dense, meaning they pack a lot of calories into a small portion, which can lead to unwanted weight gain. Excess weight, particularly around the abdomen, is closely linked to increased insulin resistance and more difficult blood sugar control. Opting for grilled, baked, or steamed dishes instead of fried can make a significant difference in both your weight and your risk of cardiovascular complications. Number 4. Processed meats. Processed meats like bacon, sausages, and deli meats are another group to avoid. These products are often high in sodium, saturated fats, and various preservatives. High sodium intake can elevate blood pressure, further straining the heart and blood vessels. Saturated fats contribute to higher cholesterol levels and increased inflammation, raising the risk of heart disease. Additionally, some preservatives used in processed meats have been linked to negative health outcomes, including an increased risk of certain cancers. For people with diabetes, these risks are amplified, as the combination of high sodium and saturated fat can make blood sugar management more challenging and heighten the likelihood of developing cardiovascular issues. Lean, unprocessed proteins such as fish, poultry, beans, and lentils are healthier alternatives. Number 5. Sugary drinks. Finally, sugary drinks remain one of the most problematic dietary choices for those managing diabetes. Sodas, sweetened teas, and energy drinks all contain high amounts of added sugar with virtually no fiber to slow the absorption of glucose. This leads to rapid and significant spikes in blood sugar, which can be particularly dangerous. Over time, regular consumption of sugary beverages not only destabilizes blood sugar control, but also contributes to weight gain, increasing the risk of developing type 2 diabetes complications. Because these drinks don't provide a feeling of fullness, it's easy to consume large amounts of sugar without even realizing it. Instead, choosing water, unsweetened tea, or flavored water with no added sugar can help keep hydration up without the detrimental effects of sugary drinks. In summary, avoiding these 5 foods, white bread, baked goods, fried foods, processed meats, and sugary drinks, can make a profound difference in managing diabetes effectively. Each of these food groups has its own unique way of disrupting blood sugar control, worsening insulin resistance, or increasing the risk of cardiovascular disease and other diabetes-related complications. The good news is that with mindful choices, it's entirely possible to enjoy delicious, satisfying meals without compromising your health. Making healthier swaps doesn't mean giving up on flavor or enjoyment. Try whole grain or sprouted bread instead of white bread to add fiber and nutrients to your meals. When a sweet craving hits, reach for fruit or yogurt sweetened naturally, rather than reaching for cookies or cakes. Choose grilled chicken or fish over fried options, and experiment with herbs and spices to add flavor without extra fat. Replace processed meats with lean, unprocessed proteins, and explore plant-based options like beans, lentils, and tofu. And when you're thirsty, reach for water or unsweetened beverages rather than sugary sodas and energy drinks. Living with diabetes can be challenging, but arming yourself with knowledge about how different foods affect your body is a powerful tool. By avoiding these 5 foods, you'll be taking concrete steps toward better blood sugar control, improved overall health, and a greater sense of well-being. Small, consistent changes in your diet can yield significant long-term benefits, making it easier to manage diabetes and enjoy life to its fullest. Remember, every healthy choice you make is a step towards a healthier future.